Taylor Decker was a full participant in practice today.
Yeah. So was Lee McNeil.
So was Lee McNeil. Lee McNeil with concussion. Taylor Decker had the knee injury, had the ankle situation going on. Full participant in practice. That's great to have back. I think you see a little bit of revival of the passing game with that one. Levon Zarique, limited practice. Josh Pascal, limited practice. DJ Reader did not participate, but was off to the side with trainers. Dan Campbell did say, though, tomorrow on Thursday, that the other guys may return to practice. He'll know for sure or know a lot more with Pascal and Zarique. Coming into a matchup against Josh Allen, to me, that's huge. I think on all accounts. Taylor Decker coming back in case it ends up being a little bit of a shootout. JG's fucking silencers versus Josh Allen's bazooka. And then you got friggin' Lee McNeil, Levon Zarique, two guys you need to absolutely crush down on that offensive line of the Buffalo Bills. So both stop the run. And James Cook. And maybe get to Josh Allen.
Yeah, those guys being full participants back at camp or at practice today is huge. But the one I like to see that was limited participant at practice today was Josh Pascal. I think this week against the Bills, Josh Pascal is the single most important player the Lions could get back from injury. What he can do when it comes to setting the edge and containing the pocket is on par, if not better, than any other defensive end in the NFL. Josh Pascal is elite when it comes to stopping the run from the defensive end position. He will be extremely important when you look to try to limit Josh Allen. Josh Allen, this big unicorn running outside, making the throws. Josh Pascal and his ability to make Josh Allen stay in the pocket will be big against the Bills. So if he can come back for this game, I am extremely happy. Obviously, you love to hear that Taylor Decker and Lee McNeil both were full participants because you're going to need all hands on deck. You're playing one of the best teams in the NFL. You got a lot of rest. You got a 10-day break, so that is a good thing. But I'm really hoping that Josh Pascal plays in this one.
Yeah, I'm hoping both those guys. Lee McNeil, obviously it sounds like he's back, which is tremendous for us. But, I was looking at the numbers last night. Josh Allen has, a league-high 14 touchdowns when it comes against the blitz. The other thing, too, is if that blitz doesn't land with him, he's gone.
Yeah.
And there's nobody back there to help you out with that one. I know that we've been blitzing a lot since the absence of David Hutchinson. I'd rather have our core four that maybe get down there with a regular press than to have to, send extra guys and we're kind of just burned if he just rolls out and they miss him. I don't want to blitz this guy as often as we've been blitzing just because of the dual threat capability that he has. I'll let this off the edge real quick with, a Emmanuel Mosley or a Brian Branch or something like that. I don't want to risk it. I don't want to give him opportunities to make big plays. Get your core four, get after him. I like what they did against Kyler Murray. I guess they're going rushing the four and they're dropping back. That's what Scott Bischoff was saying. I like that idea. You're not really going to get – if you can't get to him – he hasn't been sacked in the last 3 games, Josh Allen. He's tough to sack. He just rolls out and he gets you for 39 yards.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
No.
Give me my big guys in there.
Need the big guys up the middle, and obviously,
clogging lanes.
Doughboy Steve in the Woodward Sports Chat says Pascal is only one side of the line. Yeah,
that's still really good.
That is correct. So I'd rather have that side of the line more secure with him out there because you've got Zadarius Smith on the other side who also excels in stopping the run and getting to the quarterback. Correct. So yeah, I'd much like Josh Pascal to be on that other side than Zadarius Smith.
And I love Doughboy Steve, by the way. He listens to us back in the other room.
For sure. Shout out Doughboy Steve.
Long time. But, look at the rushing numbers for the offenses against the Detroit Lions with and without Josh Pascal. The 2 90-yard games came in his absence. Last week, no Josh Pascal. 3 rushing touchdowns from Josh Jacobs and the Green Bay Packers. He matters a lot when it comes to stopping the run. And just the big body in itself, you're talking about a quarterback that can run. There's no true recipe to stopping that. But if you have a bigger body guy that can fill in a gap, fill in a lane, that's eliminating rushing lanes for him to make a decision to go down there. He has to run around, and then by then, the rest of the defense sees what he's trying to do. You need those bigger body guys.
You need them all.
Josh Pascal, yeah.
Need them all. And Josh Pascal is extremely important. He is your best edge rusher when it comes to stopping the run. So him being back would be vital for the Detroit Lions defense.
And then you look at last week's offensive game plan. A lot of those passes, like you said, they're extension of the run. They were short, sweet. Get your offensive line out in front of these guys, have them make their plays. With the Taylor Decker being back, especially in a game against Josh Allen, who's probably your MVP, is the MVP favorite right now. You want a guy like Taylor Decker who's going to allow plays to develop for Jared Goff, for Jameson Williams. What was his stat lineup last week?
J-Mo?
What J-Mo finished with? I think he had that one long one actually. Yeah,
He had a good game.
I think he might have 80 yards. Yeah, I think he had like 5 receptions, 80 yards. But regardless, so a lot of those like long developing players or players that take a little bit more time to develop, Taylor Decker's gonna help you doing that. Mm-hmm. Well, in the absence of Taylor Decker, you had to be short and sweet. You had to run the ball, which I want to run the ball regardless anyway to keep Josh Allen off the field. Dan Campbell, we spoke today, he kind of hinted a little bit towards the game plan. It's ideal to keep him off the field. Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
But Taylor Decker helps in the case that it becomes that shootout.
Yeah, for sure. It's always good to have the best unit in football whole again. So when this offensive line of the Detroit Lions is healthy, it's going to be better. Dan Skipper, a hero's performance against the Green Bay Packers. We've talked about it before. He had 44 pass blocking snaps, only 1 pressure allowed. It was by far the best game of his career and an elite performance when we needed it the most. So unlike the Avatar, when the world needed Dan Skipper the most, he did not vanish. He showed up and he took care of business.
Unlike Aguilar.
Yeah, unlike Aguilar. I don't expect that kind of performance out of Dan Skipper every week. I think Taylor Decker being back is huge for the offense, for running the ball, for, like you said, the more late developing plays. We're going to see one of those trick plays or two now that Taylor Decker is back and he can hold the edge for the reverse to happen or something like that. So expect a J-Mo reverse in this game.
Yeah.
Expect them to. I saw them doing the quick outside pitch to Gibbs a lot against the Packers. They were pitching it to Gibbs on the outside, and he was running off of Dan Skipper. Expect them to run that, and then him flip it to J-Mo coming the other way against the Bills. I think that's something they were setting up against the Green Bay Packers to break out against the Bills. So Dan Skipper being back will help with those long developing plays, like you said, and just his veteran leadership as the gray bush of this team. So
the Uncle Skeet of the offensive line.
Uncle Skeet of the O line.
Yeah, you heard Amon-Ra say, I think it was Mina Kimes' podcast, where he's like, we have plays that are set up for weeks ahead because other teams are going to see that on tape. That's kind of precisely probably what Spinny was getting to. Nick,
I saw him running it a lot. They were running towards Dan Skipper.
And I didn't like it. Yeah. I'm like, go to Pene Sul. What are we doing?
They were running a outside zone little pitch from Goff to Gibbs to Dan Skipper that did like 4 or 5 times. I was like, just wait. They're going to pitch it to Gibbs. He's going to pitch it to J-Mo coming back the other way while all the defense is flowing that way. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that maybe for a touchdown against the Bills.
Love to hear that, and obviously we love to get the ball in those playmakers' hands in these bigger games. And this is the Super Bowl preview that people have been talking about. Josh Allen, the elite quarterback, going up against this team, and that's why it's so imperative with this defensive line back healthy. We talked about the disruption of elite quarterbacks, so they can't just stand there and pick you apart. I think Pascal's great at setting the edge against Josh Allen, so he can't escape from that side. And then I think, a guy in Lee McNeil getting back and getting pressure up the middle can get him off his spot, and we are going to be able to control Josh Allen a little bit more than we've seen in the past. So I'm looking forward to having these guys back because as much as I loved O'Connor, I don't want to see him playing too many snaps for this Detroit Lions team.